RIP to Takeoff, man. This shit here is starting to get weird. Now, A&E for the longest time, there's been this TV show that's been running. They run this TV show in a whole lot of cities. And on this TV show, there's always a team of detectives. This team of detectives go out after a homicide happens. And they find out who committed this murder. Now, if you're in my generation or right above, right under, you probably seen this show before. It's called The First 48. And it go down deep into the processes of how the police catch these criminals. So I say that to say, you should know, and everybody watching this should know, just like I know, that they told that they can catch the murderer within 48 hours. Why have we not gotten Takeoff's murderer yet? Why is Takeoff's murderer not locked up? Why is he not locked up? It's been 6 days now. It's almost been a week. Now, don't get me wrong, man. I'm not trying to throw the cuffs at another brother. That ain't even how the way I feel like situations should be handled. Most of the time. But it's surprisingly tricky, man. It's surprising in this situation that we got so much camera footage in this shit. We've seen First 48 when they had no camera footage. They got so much camera footage here. We've seen First 48 where they had no witnesses. They got so many witnesses here. We've seen the police. I'm pretty sure we've seen Texas police work with a whole lot less and nail a motherfucker down to the cross. No problems. No problems. However, in this situation with this big time fucking rapper, there's no arrest. In fact, the only thing the police have said is they got a person of interest. Their person of interest is a goddamn member of the Migos. Nigga, this shit here weird. This shit here weird. This shit here is weird. And I've been involved in street shit my whole life. I've been involved in street shit my whole life. I know how the streets get down. But I'm telling y'all, this shit here look like is something more about about an urban novel, man. Here's something more about an urban novel than the motherfucking streets. This shit is some niggas living. Fuck is the name of that book called? Fuck is the name of that book called, man? It's a series. It's about like 7 books. The Cartel. The goddamn Cartel. The motherfuckers that incidentally probably should be being looked at is living a life of a goddamn cartel. Boy. Look, I don't want to see nobody get locked up, but all I got to say is nobody got locked up. And honestly, I don't see nobody being locked up. I see the police going on to say that, you know what, this is an unsolved murder. We don't know who killed Takeoff. This shit like Tupac, man. This shit like Tupac. This shit like Tupac. This shit like Tupac. This shit like Tupac. And they doing this shit. Like, how is the internet solving this shit faster than the fucking police, man? How did the internet got just as much resources as the fucking police to solve these murders? Bruh, the internet solved Young Dolph murder. The internet solved Young Dolph murder. The police didn't solve it. The internet solved it first. The internet had their own personal interests or people of interest and then narrowed it down to one motherfucker. The internet did that, not the police. The internet. How the fuck is the police not solving this shit, man? And you know what? If the internet didn't solve that shit probably would have went unsolved too. That shit would have got swept under the rug. We don't know who killed Young Dolph. We don't know who did it. This situation right here, if they don't find them a fall guy, if they don't have a fall guy, and it's probably not going to be the nigga that we've been looking at already. It's not going to be the people the one that's been pinned by the internet already. It's not going to be him. Or he would have already been locked up. It'd already been him. If they don't have a fall guy, we ain't gonna know what happened to Takeoff. Nope, it's gonna be just like Tupac, just like Biggie. Yup. They getting smarter with this shit, man. They getting smarter with this shit, man. They getting smarter with this shit, man. It's always in November that this shit be happening, man, that they pull this shit. Always. Always. You can predict this shit by this point. You can predict this shit by this point. But like I say, police ain't even trying to investigate this shit. Police ain't trying to investigate this shit, man. Asking the public for help. Okay, it was 40, 50 people there. Y'all ain't got the help y'all needed? Y'all ain't got the help y'all needed? When y'all been showing us on television for years that y'all can solve this shit and handle this shit in 48 hours, y'all ain't got what y'all needed yet in a week? Is that what y'all trying to tell us? Houston police? That the internet can solve shit faster than y'all? Is that what y'all trying to tell us? That we got just as many resources as y'all? Nah. Let me speak. Make that shit make sense, man. They gotta make that shit make sense to me. They got to make this shit make sense for me. Maybe they can't. Maybe they can't make it make sense.
To the human element first before we do anything. I spoke to this young man's mother just an hour ago. Flew in here from out of town. I want everybody to understand the pain, the suffering of a mother. Very tough. And I told her, as we stand with any victim of violence, or any homicide victim, their family, we stand with them in this city, in this police department, and everybody that's standing behind me. I want to thank our homicide unit under the direction of Commander Spears for doing great work time and time again.
Commander Spears is that goddamn director. I just want to remember that name.
I'm going to speak briefly, and I'm going to turn it over to the homicide investigator Arrington. After he speaks, I'm going to get Commander Garcia to come up and translate in Spanish, and he'll go over some of the investigative parts. But let me speak to
Remember these guys, man. These guys ain't doing their job.
We understand and we know it. This morning at about approximately 2:34 a.m., officers received a call of a shooting in progress. Officers arrived there shortly thereafter. The location is a downtown location, billiards, bowling alley located at 1201 San Jacinto Street, here in the downtown area. Once officers arrived, they came upon a male who was deceased. That male has been identified as Kersnick Ball, better known as Takeoff. He's a member of the Migos rap group out of Atlanta. And I want to pause again because sometimes the hip-hop community gets a bad name. And I know, evident from this city and people who I have a personal relationship, a lot of great people in our hip-hop community, and I respect them. But back to Takeoff. I got many calls from Houston and outside of Houston, and everyone spoke.
I wonder what other rappers he got respect for.
What a great young man this is. How peaceful he is. What a great artist. And I'm calling up on everybody. Our hip-hop artists in Houston and around the nation. We got to police ourselves. It is so many talented individuals, men and women, in that community who, again, I love and I respect. And we all need to stand together and make sure nobody tears down that industry. And I'm calling to start here in Houston, here and possibly as early as next week. I want to meet with some of our artists and see how we can taper things down. Right now, I'm going to turn it up.
Is that what's taking so long? Is he mingling with names in the industry? Is that what's taking so long? Like, they supposed to have this shit in 48 hours. That's what they told us. They got the show 48 hours. Come on.
Over to the investigator, and we'll our commander translate, and the mayor is here for questions as well. But I want to pray for, ask that we all pray for his mother, his family, and all of his friends who are in deep pain and shock still right now. Thank you. Investigator, come on up. Thank you.
And you think they ain't paid off?
Chief, and thank you all for coming here.
These motherfuckers paid. Homicide director right here.
Michael Arrington. I'm a sergeant at the Houston Police Department's Homicide Division. And earlier this morning, as he said, our patrol officers received a call at approximately 2:34 a.m. of a shooting just occurred at the 810 Billiard Factory and Billiard and bowling alley.
What up, Keith?
From there, we were notified that there was a single male who was shot and pronounced deceased on the scene on the third level just outside the front door. We were also informed that two other individuals had reported themselves by personal vehicle to local area hospitals on their own. Both of them with non-life-threatening injuries, but a 23-year-old male and a 24-year-old female. Like I said, both of them are going to be okay. And we have spoken and gotten information from them to help us in this investigation. But the officers arriving on the scene, initial statements from employees working at the establishment notified us that there was an incident that occurred after the party had ended. There was a private party that was booked out for the event. And then after that ended, there was a large group of people who gathered at the front door area just outside of the building. And it led to an argument where the shooting took place from the disagreement. A lot of the people that were there fled the scene and did not stick around to give a statement. So we're asking them to either call us at the Homicide Division at 713-308-3600, or if they would like to remain anonymous, they can call Crime Stoppers at 713-222-TIPS. We're looking for any information at this time, any videos.
I guarantee they should already have any and more information that the internet already has. Guarantee.
Any information. We do know that the media has received a lot of phone calls, text messages, Twitter, tweets, vines, videos. We need all of y'all to send those to us so we can solve this case. We're looking for anything to help us. From there, as the chief said, we want to find justice for this family. They're going through a lot right now, and the only thing that we can do is hope that y'all reach out and assist us in any way to lead to evidence that will help us to
All right, man.
and get charges and arrest on the person.
All that capping, man. So, 48 hours. It's been a week. You got all the camera footage that we've seen. You got the camera footage that's in the place. Like the dude that did the walk around video. If somebody did a whole walk around video and walked around the whole place, it's cameras in that bitch. It's an upscale place. This ain't no place that's in the, you know what I'm saying? This is downtown. This motherfucker got cameras. They not trying to solve this murder, y'all. They not trying to. And if they not gonna solve this murder, it's gonna go unsolved, or it's gonna be a goddamn fall guy, or they gonna say the murderer got killed. Like bruh said in these comments. What'd he say? Senior been in that town for a long time. He probably didn't put all those officials in office. Yes. Yes. We not dealing with no regular street shit here. This shit is like something off the cartel. If y'all ain't read that book, that's my recommendation, man. That's my book recommendation. The Cartel, part 1 through 9. They read fast, and you will see what the fuck is going on, man. This shit is bigger than some regular street shit, man. And when you got bread, you can talk to these police a different way. That's all I'm saying. Justice for my man Takeoff, man. Justice for Duke the motherfucking jeweler, man. You gotta see it's something big going on in this industry. And these niggas ain't done with it. This shit is not over with. This shit is not over with. Quavo ain't said a motherfucking thing about it. And I understand the grief, but shit. Share a picture. Say RP my dog. Something, man. This shit weird. This shit is weird. This shit ain't no regular argument, shooting and shoot back. Hell no. This shit ain't that. This shit ain't that. This shit weird. This shit weird. The Lil Cam nigga done been super active. I don't think they gonna blame him, man. When the smoke clear, I don't think they gonna blame him. I don't think they gonna blame him. Some shit just can't phase you when you been that nigga. Saying he ain't bothered, man. The impossible. I did that shit the other day. Yeah, like I said before, he denied. All that I love you shit like I'm finna check out or something. Death threats. This shit gonna go unsolved. Lil Cam bet gotta move right. Regardless, cause everybody think it's him. Might be, might not be. I ain't the police. I'm just here to break down the situation. I'm just here to say it's something bigger going on than a regular argument over a dice game. That's all I'm here to say. But he gotta move right now. As much as he say he ain't bothered. Oh, he bothered. Oh, he motherfucking bothered because they looking for a fall guy. If he gets smoked, then it was him. The body on him. Ain't no more investigation needed. Nothing. None of that. Period. But mark my words, man. This shit probably gonna go down like Tupac. One of the biggest rap artists gets smoked. So much evidence, so many witnesses. Nothing. When the smoke clear, nothing. We catch another murder. We catch another murder in the upcoming weeks. Motherfuckers stop investigating this shit. I'll be here to update y'all, man. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button so we can break out in this algorithm, man. I'll be here to break all this shit down, man. Thank y'all for tuning in with me, man. It's like 6 in the morning with some of y'all at, man. I'm gonna get back with y'all. Peace. Kilo insane.